Hello, everyone. Welcome to the opening ceremony for the Global Goddess Fest, a virtual festival uniting women worldwide. So I'm Rae, and I'm so excited that you are all joining us. And thank you so much for taking time out of your lives to be here for this important cause. so special. So this is my dear friend Anna, and I'm so happy that you're here to also help us hold this space and open our ceremony. We are inviting you to dive into these videos. We have women from all around the world that have come together and have shared some of their wisdom, some of their expertise, and some of their inspiration for you specifically. So we've been working on this for months and months, and we cannot wait to share with you. And hopefully this is going to activate, this is going to inspire and get you to start thinking outside of the box, outside of your own perspective, and look into what I like to call the global goddess mindset of if we're really zooming outside of ourselves and looking at what's happening around the world, how can we be a better representation of the feminine on this planet. And as we do this big zoom out, we also get to zoom way in. A lot of the videos that you'll see have this really personal style to them because they're not interviews, it's just conversations, and we're inviting you to join our conversation in looking within what's happening internally, what's shifting internally. Many of you are feeling this already, I'm sure, that some stuff has been changing. There's been confidence, there's been self-worth, there's been integrity, alignment. These are words that are probably in your awareness because it's becoming more and more important to understand who you are and how your actions affect yourself, those around you, and the world on a whole. So I'm so excited again to have you here, and we'll go ahead and just dive into our opening ceremony.
Beautiful. Awesome. So thank you all for being here. Thank you, Rae, for creating the Global Goddess Fest, for inviting all of us to participate as speakers and teachers, and of course for all of the viewers to really have access to this collective, varied information of such unique women from all over the world, and all of you joining us. We're so grateful to have you here with us. And as part of this ceremony, if you would like to get yourself a candle, we are going to have a unity candle lighting as part of our ceremony. And if you have any crystals that you would like to bring into your space, into as a witness of your evolution, of your learning, and of being in a collective crystalline consciousness together, please gather a crystal or whatever feels comfortable and loving for you. And also maybe something to light the candle with, just little preparatory steps here, and some water for yourself, so you can have that to sip on in case we need a little hydration as we go. And for those of you who are new to the invocation and petition process with my style, it is a very mixed, non-denominational, all-denominational more so, of a non-dogmatic, non-religious basis of really being a universal being. So we're going to connect with universal forces, intelligence, inner earth light, and of course, most of all, the light within yourself. And this is the deepest connection that we get to witness, be aware of, and embody, especially at this time. And so part of that, you will be asked to really go deep into acknowledging and reflecting on yourself in this ceremony, and how that is carried through over the coming weeks as more and more of the ladies share their wisdom. So we're going to bring that into this space.
Mm-hmm. And one thing we were talking about right before this call was we have a big focus on diversity here. So we intentionally brought together women from many different countries, from many different religions, backgrounds, ages, races, and we want to continue to bring in as much diversity as possible, including all the viewers like yourself. So in that, you'll see that each video and each guest that comes in has a unique message that they're sharing with you. And you're not going to necessarily understand all of them. You might not relate to all of them, but we do want to open the possibility that you at least experience all of them and understand where do you relate, or where are the places where you're just like, I'm not sure, I'm curious, or allow whatever comes up to just be. And also, if you find someone that you do get really activated by or really inspired by, we have the tools where you can actually follow them from that point and see the other resources that they have available for you. You can meet them. You can meet them virtually. Maybe if you're lucky enough they're in your country and you get to go to one of their workshops or a retreat that they're leading or a show that they're having. So go ahead and take full action in really claiming whatever you're passionate about through this process. And don't be shy to step outside of your comfort zone and maybe experience something a little bit new.
Absolutely. And just as much as you will feel that connection of embrace, know that it's also just as healthy to be triggered.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So this is part of our evolution and really getting to know ourselves. And one of the things that we're going to do in the ceremony is really allow you to have that space for realizing what archetypes are within yourself, within your council of your being, of your truth and representation. So just as much as you feel a magnetic pull towards some ladies, you will also possibly feel a little push or resistance from others, and know that that is the yin and yang of perfect harmony. And this is how we're able to really pull up those deep inner personalities and healing opportunities as well. So please honor all of your feelings, all of your reactions, all of your emotions are so vitally important to really allowing you to take in and absorb and learn as much as possible from this whole experience.
Definitely.
Okay, so by now you should have your candle, maybe a crystal, and be all ready for that. So we're going to start with the invocation and then go into the archetype embodiment. We call that the petition of self, and then or proclamation of self, excuse me, and then we'll light the unity candle. So we'll do that in a few minutes now. So, are we ready?
Yes.
Awesome. Okay. And if you'd like to participate, we're going to, this is a mudra. A mudra is a hand position that connects a sacred geometry or equation from our bodies as divine vessels of communication and energy to the divinity in the universe and divinity of the inner earth. So allowing yourself to be that pillar of light and communication between all realms is part of the equation in doing what's called the Sacred Heart Mudra. So placing your left hand over, not your heart center, not up here, right above your belly button in that solar plexus area here. So there. And this is our receiver. This pulls the energy into our body, and this is our receptor. So this is like having a satellite dish. And if you'd like to do this mudra or this mudra, pick a finger, you can do that. Otherwise, just having your hand up is perfect. And if you prefer and feel more comfortable putting your hand down on your lap, just have it open to receive. Either way, it's still that receiver satellite dish here. And let's take a moment to connect ourselves with each other by closing our eyes and taking a few breaths and focusing on the warm center of your body where your left hand is. Breathing into the center of your being and breathing in through the center of you to the center of the earth. And in our next breath, through the center of the earth, we breathe into the center of the sun, connecting the divine feminine of Mama Gaia with the divine masculine of the sun. And another breath in through the center of all creation in the universe. And another breath back in through the top of your crown chakra, the top of your head, and back into the center being of your body temple. And just listen and allow the words of this petition to feed your heart, to feed your energy body, and to feed yourselves. In the name, through the power, by the word of all heavenly divine consciousness, Heavenly Mother, Father Creator, beloved archangels, ascended masters, and benevolent light beings of all time, space, and dimensions in reality of love, we give thanks for this white wall of living flame that surrounds us and loves us, guides us and protects us, now and always, in all ways. And giving thanks for this sacred goddess container in this portal of divine love, divine healing, divine wisdom, divine clarity, divine integrity, divine communication, divine embodiment, and divine truth through us and as us for the highest good of all. We give thanks for the benevolence and presence of all the great ones in realms, in dimensions, in fragments of all realities of love, of light, of harmony, and of gratitude. We give thanks for the divine councils, our relations, our ancestors, our masters, angels, guides, and great ones to be present with us now and always, as we are the vessels of the divinity in communication, and through the embodiment of our own awareness and reflection to each other, we give thanks for the ultimate remembrance of this living experience. You can relax your hands for a moment and place them however is comfortable. And over the next few minutes, you may see my eyes flutter and do different things to feel into dimensions of hearing different masters and beings communicate through me for us. And we have present in the portal today the beloved archangels, Archangel Ariel, Archangel Seraphim, Archangel Jophiel, Archangel Ariel, Archangel Michael, Archangel Metatron, Archangel Raziel. We have the beloved Master Thoth of the Atlantean realms. We have the Athena Council of the Palladians. We have Mother Isis of Egypt. We have the Magdalene Marys, Mother Mary, Mary Magdalene, and Mary Teresa, which represent the maiden, the matriarch, and the mother. And we have the Divine Masculine Council, Trinity as well. Thank you, beloveds. Present, we have Vishnu, Shiva, and Brahma. Mother Kali is present. We have the great masters of Kriya Yoga present, including Jesus Christ, Bhagavan Krishna, Mahavatar Babaji, Lahiri Mahashaya, Swami Sri Teshwar, Paramahansa Yogananda. We have the presence of Kuan Yin. Master Buddha is also present. And many other beloved ancestors, saints, and masters here. From the inner earth realms, we have Adama, the high priest of Lemuria, and Telos. We have the ethereal beings, the tree energies, and the dimensional realm of the trees and the inner earth. We have the fairy queendom as well. Thank you, loves, for your presence, your guidance, your light. And as we were sharing in this initial opening, and as Rae and your beautiful intention of this collective container of all the different expressions of femininity, It also means that we as women and all beings have a trinity of our embodiment and our wholeness. And that's the feminine, the masculine, and the androgynous. And the androgynous is where we have zero judgment of either. It's a unified field where there isn't a need to have to seek out the desire or approval of the other or opposite side, because you're already in your sovereign wholeness and autonomy. And in that, and in the proclamation of self, there is a divine embodiment and communication that, especially over the last 5 years or so of doing this high priestess work and a lot of portal integration, really reawakening of our divine remembrance, it's important to know and to remember that just like so many other masters and saints that have come into embodiment on this planet and through their bodies, through their experiences, that there seems to be an equation. There's the 12, right? Mm-hmm. The baker's dozen, the eggs, 12 apostles, which also has to do with the universal equation of your own divine counsel. And this is what we really get to witness and embody. Today, we get to start that. And then as we go along and listen to and really embrace or feel the resistance of different energies and women, that we get to help you create your archetypal council. So it's always the 12 plus the 1, which is you. Okay, so that magical number of 13 brings us also into the 13 moon cycle, the balance of harmony and rhythms in nature. And so we get to talk about bringing those energies in some more as well when I get to teach my class with you. So I'm really excited about that interview and getting deeper into how that embodiment can be utilized by you. And so for now, let's go into the personal expressions of yourself. And if you'd like to do a little bit of writing exercise after this and write down that which you think you know about yourself, that's a good start, because that will change and progress and evolve and grow to a full council. And that's one of the ongoing activities and petitions that I'd love to inspire for each of you to seek and really feel into as you listen to the different interviews and so many powerful women from around the world that get to be inspiration, wisdom, healing, and remembrance of your highest truth and of your wholeness in creating that council of your archetypes. And you get to pick and choose how to express yourself, how to embody, how to take action in many different ways based on the energies and the archetypes and the uniqueness of those characters that create the wholeness of you. So in that full embodiment, it's not about trying to be a certain way all the time. It's about relaxing into that expansiveness of having this open opportunity to express yourself in so many different ways. And being surrounded by musical instruments and the frequency of that unique sounds and those codes is also part of the awareness that you get to look for and really feel into deeply over the next few weeks or days. Yeah. So let's take our candle and have our flame ready. And what's our time frame on our ceremony today? Introduction here.
Yeah, we'll take about another 5-10 minutes.
Perfect. Okay, good. Yeah. And we don't want to get too far ahead of everything. So let's start with the unity candle. I'm going to light it or hold it. You got it there. Hold it. Okay. Light my fire, baby. Okay, so now visualizing yourself, each and every one of us, each and every one of you as a pillar of light. And from any and every source of light, from every flame, from every candle, can be lit a million more, right? So knowing that from this one unity flame of your own consciousness, I feel like both our hands should be on here. I know, right? Oh, that's so much better. Yeah. So that was a perfect example of feel and do, right? The first point of learning how to really awaken your intuition is to do it when you feel it. So we just, yeah. Thank you. So, and in holding, look how beautiful that looks in the camera too. That's amazing. Yeah. So in holding this representation of yourself, the embodiment as yourself, this is the highest honor of gratitude that we want you to embody at this moment, to really feel into and to create that inner harmony dynamic for yourself, and to allow yourself to have all the expansive permission and expression that you could ever imagine, and even more, better and greater than you could possibly imagine yourself to know of in the moment. Because the more that you know less, the more that you surrender into just the naivety and the sweetness of not knowing, the more brilliance and the more wisdom, the more actualization you will have the expansiveness to embrace. And that is what we're here to represent with the unity candle, with the flame of your consciousness, of our intentions, and of the collective influence that we have in the rising and the balance and the harmony of the divine feminine through the vessels that we are, and being the living examples in our personal lives by first embodying it within our own self, our own living vessels, then through our closest friendships and relations and interpersonal communications. Then it extends even further into our families and extended families. And then that bubble grows, just like putting a pebble, dropping a pebble into a perfectly still lake. Those beautiful ripple effects that we have with everyone that comes within our contact in our field get to be influenced and inspired by our invocation. And thank you, Rae. So grateful for you.
Thank you. So taking a moment with your candle, and feel free to have this candle with you every day as well, bringing it as a symbol for this opening ceremony and your intentions on joining the Global Goddess Fest.
Absolutely beautiful. Yeah, thank you.
So we'll finish off here. Definitely take a moment to journal, take a moment in silence for yourself to take the pieces that really spoke to you and dive deep into them.